Alright, just gonna do a quick update of my Exodia build. I went undefeated at locals, and I'm always changing it up slightly so that the round 2 is the game that you really want to change up, because they'll predict what's after game 1, and normally they'll scoop or they get Exodia, and then game 2 is when they're changing up everything in their deck to counteract what you do. So of course you want to counteract game 2 to still have the advantage, and they don't know what the hell you changed up, especially when they see you changing out like 10 cards. So we'll get into this real fast. You got the 5 pieces of Exodia. From Ghost from the Past, I wish they made the head of Exodia Ghost Rare, because now you have Ghost Rare Dark Magician, you have Ghost Rare Blue Eyes. But what about the love for Ghost Rare Exodia? Like, imagine a whole Exodia deck Ghost Rare. The main spell, Draw a Fate. We all know what that does. Now for the single draw, Upstart, which lets us activate Draw a Fate if they have a monster. You can play Upstart. They'll gain 1,000 life points. They have a monster, you can play Draw a Fate. Perform Repel Popper Up activates in reverse. You can discard up to 3 to draw that many, and then you burn yourself, lowering your life points to activate Draw a Fate. Basically, Draw a Fate, you have to have lower life points and the weaker monster, or no monsters at all, and that's what this deck works. 1 day apiece for protection. And the 1 pot of Avarice to recycle, because we do put our monsters in the grave rather than on the field. I'll show you the cards that do that. And then I did run Pot of Extravagance, but I took them out because instead of drawing 2, I rather search out for what I need, especially when I want to dig deep for Draw a Fate. So we got the 3 Pot of Prosperities. Probably said that completely weird, but this lets us banish what we want to banish to look at the top 6 cards and get what's needed. So we can set up what we need. We just go off of Draw a Fate, and you won't even go through your whole deck, because you'll be searching out what you need and then putting Exodia on top with Draw a Fate. Now, an annoying card that people said they hate, Contract of Dawn Thousands. You can take out 2 if you want for triple tactic talents. I'll show you why, but I like running it at 3, so you see what they draw, they see what you draw, but you can see what deck they're playing and everything from there, and they hate this card. So normally, even after playing this card, some people scoop. The main spell, Mystic Mine. And like I said, for Pot of Avarice, I know you're wondering what monsters you play to get to play Pot of Avarice, and I call this the Draw Search package, where it's 2 Legion and 2 Sangangs, and this would be going first. Like, you'll play Mystic Mine and we'll set either or. This gets you a vanilla limb, this will get you the head or any other piece, and you run this in combination with either Dark Factory or more production. Again, this is going first. You want to activate Mystic Mine, set, and set. So that way when they go, they'll set a monster or summon a monster or special summon, whatever the case is. You can activate your trap, send your monster to the graveyard to draw 1, and then since they're locked on the Mystic Mine, you drew 1 and you search, so you go +1. And then next turn, you summon another setting gang or set another setting. I like setting better so they won't Solemn. I'll set Sangang or Legion and then activate it again to send, to draw, and then search. So you're +ing 1 while keeping Mystic Mine at its max potential, or at its full potential. Now you can play this going first, or Forbidden Droplets, which work basically the same way. Set, activate, set. It does the same exact thing. They summon a monster in attack mode. That's the only thing. If they set a monster, that's a problem, because you can't use this card on a set monster. But if they summon a monster activate Forbidden Droplet, send to the graveyard, negate their effects. They're under Mystic Mine, and they cannot activate monsters if they're a combo deck to counteract it. So the monster on the field gets negated. They're locked in the Mystic Mine, and since Sangang or Legion was sent to the graveyard, you get to draw one. Search. You get to search. Along with that, going first, you got the 2 Silent Wobbies. Just special summon into their side of the field, and then you get 2,000 life points. They draw a card. I still think it should work in the opposite way. So that way, Draw a Fate will automatically activate, and they get 2,000 life points. But ain't nobody listening and ain't nobody caring. But what I like about this, in combinations with Triple Tactical Talent, which is in our side deck, I might take out 2 right now and just put it in here. But I have it in my side deck because I'm sharing cards with my other decks. So it's in my Stardust Assault deck, which I want to play at a tournament. But with Silent Wobby, it activates under their control, so you can activate Triple Tactical Talents to draw 2 while locked on the Mystic Mine. So like, alright, summon this first. They get you get 2,000 life points. They draw a card, then drop Mystic Mine. Then since it's activated on their turn successfully, play Triple Tactical to draw 2. So then you're basically replacing the 2 cards on the field with 2 more cards. The Terraforming, 2 Demise of the Land, 1 Metaverse, 1 Field Barrier, and basically these are other field barriers, but once monsters are on the field. So Solemn Judgments, which also lower your life points so you can get to your Draw a Fate. Draw a Fate, you have to be losing to use Draw a Fate, basically for the comeback of Exodia. And then the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and the spicy tech I love using Necrophase, because if they banish a Exodia piece or Mystic Mime and my deck is still holding it down and still going, I'll wait for the perfect opportunity and just drop Necrophase. Exodia will go back to the deck. Mystic Mine that was removed goes back to the deck. If I played 2 Pot of Prosperities, all 12 cards go back to the extra deck, and then I can use the 3rd Pot of Prosperity to his max potential. Like, I love this card. I still want to get a secret, but it's too much to buy. So if you have one laying around you don't use and you don't want, I will gladly use it every day in my deck. And if I have a top of regional or win a regional, if it ever comes back, I'll give you a shout out. Whatever the case is, if you have it, you're not using it, I will use it every day. The side deck, which I love using, that's why I say game 2, you want to change it up. I'll take out 3 cards, depending on what I'm playing. I'll take out 3 cards and I'll put the Dragoon package, so that way when I'm setting monsters, they're not doing nothing. I'll set a second effect monster. So I set Sangang and Legion. On next turn, I'll summon Legion. Flip over Sangang. Send them both for Verte, you know the combo. Go into the Dragoon play. And not only that, now I have Dragoon on the field. Verte. I'm controlling the field. And Legion went to the grave and Sangang. So I get to search out 2 pieces of Exodia. The 2 Triple Tactical Talents. And these are all sleeves because they're a part of my other deck. Like I said, I share cards with decks, so I wanna play with my Chaos Stardust Somo deck. And then the cards that are not sleeves are a part of this extra deck, which is like I said, for game 2, Awakening of the Dragon. Just in case you want to set cards and they Twin Twister, these get popped, you get to special summon any monster from your graveyard or your extra deck. Is it graveyard? Hold on. If this card is set in the owner's control because it was something by a card effect your opponent controls, you can now And now in the graveyard or banish, you can special summon one monster from your deck or extra deck. Alright, so it's from your deck or extra deck. So let's say you have 2 of these are popped and you have 3 pieces of Exodia in hand. You can either go into your extra deck and summon beefy monsters that would disrupt them, or if you know that it's good to get their effects, just bring out a Legion and a Sangang with Awakening the Dragon and search out the last 2 pieces. One more Perform Pal Popper up, just in case you want to bump it up to draw cards. And if there's any dead cards in your hand, you can just get rid of them to your graveyard, resculpt your hand, get burned for life points, and hopefully you drew into Draw Fate and just go for game. And 3 Super Polys for more disruption. And that's basically it. Obviously after this I'm putting these cards back into my Exodia, my Stardust Assault deck. But let's put these cards on top to make it look more, yeah. So extra deck, Stardust Dragon. You can bring it out with Awakening the Dragon. The link cards you actually use, Link Karibo, Relinquish Enema. I love using this on people, especially if they have a monster that can be destroyed by battle or card effect, but can be targeted and absorbed. I love using this card on them. Witch Apprentice, you have Legion and Sangan on the field. You can send both to graveyard, bring out Witch, get 2 searches, and then you get, if this is destroyed or sent to the graveyard, you get to bring one of them back. Or if you have a piece of Exodia in the graveyard, you can just bring the Exodia piece back to your hand. I bring this out sometimes depending on game 2 and how long they're taking. Okay, I'll set 2 monsters, they'll still haven't done nothing. Alright, summon a 3rd and go into BLS. He won't have his protection, but yeah. Fortress for the Awakening of the Dragon. You know the combo I did, Verte for Red Eyes. If they're playing spell cards and they popped your Awakening, just bring out Stereo to negate the spells. If they don't have no monsters, just summon this. All they're going to do is set. And if they have a deck that only special summon, they're like asked out. 2 Super Poly targets. If they have Cyber Dragons, which you do run across, or Cyber Dragon combos, the package in their deck, you could just get rid of all of them freely. Get rid of the Cyber Dragon, the Nova, and everything, and so they won't disrupt you. And then you have a beefy monster on the field. Raid Raptor, same thing with the trap card. And if you have 2 monsters and you want to recycle small Pot of Avarice, you can play this. And that's it for my updated Exodia deck. It's funny, I won at locals and they said, damn, he's worse than Kaiba, using all these expensive cards but for evil. It was so funny. Using expensive cards that are very powerful and good for evil. And I kept smoking them with Exodia and they were all laughing. We were having fun. And they had me rolling in a positive way. It was not negative. But enjoy.